Well, man. Well. It's fucking freezing in New York, by the way. It's like 7 degrees outside. I got my hoodie on. The apartment just doesn't seem well insulated with heat. I got my Bullet Club beanie on, getting ready for January 4th. I will be watching, I will be viewing, I will be reviewing Wrestle Kingdom 12. There will be a video immediately following the pay-per-view as soon as it's over. Not sure if I'm going to watch it live because I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. or whenever it airs. I think the pre-show starts at maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. No fucking way, man. I enjoy me some Kenny Omega. I love me some Chris Jericho, but I ain't sitting up that early in the morning to watch professional wrestling. I need to get some sleep, and then I'll tackle that early in the morning. But before we even get into the news, man, there's a few things I want to go over with you guys. This is the very first video of 2018. I want to issue a very special shout out. Not sure if they are listening, but I want to wish my very good friend Anania and her boyfriend Dominic, if they are listening. I know Dominic listens to the channel every now and then. He used to come on into the jewelry store because I used to work with Anania, and we always used to strike up the conversation of wrestling. And he's going through a difficult time right now. He's battling something that I hope that he can overcome right now. And I want to give him a special shout out and just extend my thoughts and prayers to him. Brother, if you're listening to me, you will be okay. And I wish you the very best. I wish Nani the very best. And I better see your fucking ass next time, when the weather is nice, of course. Next time there's something here in New York City. All right? And beers are on me, by the way. So get better, brother. And I hope all goes well with whatever you're dealing with. Secondly, I was supposed to do an off the script on Sunday. That obviously did not happen, okay? I am not feeling the best right now at all. I don't know if you can see, but I have black underneath my eyes. I haven't slept. I don't feel good. I am just not doing... I'm not doing good right now for myself. And I apologize to everybody for not getting Off the Script Part 3 up yesterday and then today. We were supposed to go over the top matches, chosen by me, of course, as well as the poll that I put out for you guys to take a part in. I believe it's still pinned on my Twitter if you guys want to go check it out. But I will be doing that video tomorrow, the best matches by me in WWE of 2017, plus honorable mentions from... obviously, what I've seen of New Japan and what I've seen of Lucha Underground. But that video is coming out tomorrow, so make sure you guys mark it down. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter and are subscribed to the channel because it will be going live tomorrow. I also want to thank everybody for 86,000 subscribers. That means we are only 14,000 away from that elusive goal of 100,000. So thank you guys for all the support. I hope you had a happy new year. I hope you spent it with the people that are most important to you. Mine sucked. I'll leave it at that. But I want to thank everybody for just being here with me and supporting me on the channel. This is the very first Monday Night Raw review video of the year. I wish I had much more positive to talk about, but I do not. You know, with the new year, you figure WWE would ring in some change. It's as if I was still stuck in 2017 with the way that they went along with this Monday Night Raw. Nothing changed, nothing out of the ordinary. Same old, same old. They do it for Roman. It's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit, man. Speaking of which, let's talk about Roman Reigns, man. Let's talk about Roman Reigns. You know, I don't don't know what else I could say to everybody. I don't know how much more I can educate people. By the way, apparently I was voted worst YWC personality by some fucking irrelevant idiots on Twitter, or I had the worst fan base, or I was the worst fan of the product, or some shit like that. Some irrelevant shit I was being tweeted. You all watch me anyway. When I'm driving my 2008 Mustang in April, let me see you continue to talk about me while I'm driving away laughing at all those who are beneath me. $1 Million Man laugh. Anyway, Roman Reigns. I don't know how much more I could educate you guys. There's nothing more I could say, really. Tonight was the nail in the coffin. Tonight was the solid fact that we are indeed getting Roman Reigns as the Intercontinental Champion going into WrestleMania 34, battling the Beast, champion versus champion. If you do not think that, then you are obviously living in your own bubble. Roman Reigns winning tonight solidified that he is indeed taking that belt into New Orleans. There's nobody else to beat him. There is nobody else to beat him unless they do Braun Strowman again, who right now seemingly has all his momentum back from what we've seen in that disgraceful main event at No Mercy with Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman is more over now than ever before. But I beg to question, why doesn't Samoa Joe have a championship belt around his shoulder? That's what I want to know. I mean, do you see the body of work that this guy does? I mean, you could listen to this man speak, and he should be a champion. A world champion at that. Never mind a lowly Intercontinental Champion. You know, there were some people on Twitter that I seen stating that the Intercontinental Championship has been the best it's ever looked. I'm like, what? What are you people watching? How delusional are you? What type of drugs are you people inhaling? It's the best it's ever looked. It's the worst it's ever looked. The fuck are you talking about? Why wasn't Joe given the win tonight? That's what I would love to ask a WWE creative team member. Why wasn't Joe gifted this Intercontinental Championship tonight? Did he not deserve it? What is so special about Roman having the title? You do see the rinse and repeat method that is Roman Reigns. Have his opponent do all the work, miss a Superman punch, then hit it again, and hit a spear, and it's all over. Roman does nothing in a match, or has done nothing in a match recently to make you believe that this guy is a legit champion. Everybody he's been in the ring with, from Elias to Jason Jordan, from The Miz, now to Samoa Joe, he has done nothing and has bestowed the work on his opponents, yet he goes over in the end because he has to look strong. Because they do it for Roman. It's fucking sickening, man. It really is sickening. If you guys are not open to seeing what WWE is doing right now, there is no hope for you. If you're okay with what WWE is doing right before your very eyes, there is no hope for you. They are feeding Roman everybody. Is Samoa Joe right now worth feeding to Roman Reigns? No. Why would you ever make Joe, after everything this guy has done, hit a wall called Roman Reigns? You had an easy out tonight to get that belt off Roman and still make him look legit. Now Joe lost. Joe lost a match, a championship match, with a stipulation attached to it. Who does Roman go up against at the Royal Rumble now to defend the title? Does he even defend the title at the Royal Rumble? Being that we have 2 fucking Royal Rumble matches. both with 30 participants in them. Does he defend the title against a returning Miz next week? I don't know. If Joe isn't taking the title off Roman Reigns, then the Miz ain't doing jack shit. This pretty much solidified Roman going into WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion. You're getting a champion versus champion main event. Exactly what I discussed months ago at WrestleMania. And it's sickening. They had an easy out, and WWE did not take it. They do it for Roman. You think I say it because it's funny. I say it because it's true. It's disgusting behavior, man. And then people want to know why I bitch and complain about Roman Reigns. Because the way the company is forcing this fucking goon down our throats, he ain't even in the top 15 that we discussed on Off the Script for WWE merchandise. AJ Styles got 3 shirts in the top 15. Roman don't even have one. Roman wasn't even listed as the top superstar in WWE. And that was a poll that WWE.com put together. Absolutely awful. Then WWE wants to know why we shit all over Roman. And by the way, Miami, I love me some South Beach. I love me some Wet Willies, bro. Believe me. Call me a cab. But you guys are fucking awful tonight. God, do I wish we had the Miami, in WrestleMania that we had a couple of years back. Jesus fucking Christ. Or what was it, this year? The one where Roman was being fucking booed out of the building? Wasn't that Miami? Where you guys were chanting, fuck you, Roman? What happened to you guys? Where were you? Too drunk to show up to the show? I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. Roman in the IC title, an absolute fucking waste. It's happening, people. Slowly but surely, right before our very eyes, it's happening, and it's going to get much more nauseating before WrestleMania. Speaking of Roman's opponent at WrestleMania, which is not even official, but it might as well be official, Lesnar and Kane at the end of that show tonight, man. Can you be any more forced? Can you be any more forced in what you're trying to get across? Now, Lesnar doesn't really come off as somebody that gives a shit about what he's doing unless he's in there with somebody that he really wants to work with, a.k.a. Samoa Joe, a.k.a. AJ Styles. But Lesnar is merely there for a payday. WWE continues to push Kane for whatever ungodly reason. And you can see it, just like they're doing with Roman, that this is a complete waste of everybody's time, that WWE is constructing shit that doesn't even matter, that shouldn't even be for the Royal Rumble, simply to build a bridge as if they're playing Fortnite on PS4. They're constructing some fucking bridge to get to WrestleMania so that we get Roman and Lesnar. Whatever we're seeing at the Royal Rumble is a layover. Consider Brock Lesnar Anthony Bourdain. Please. This is a layover for Lesnar. Philadelphia is a fucking layover. Get him a cheesesteak and get him a ticket to New Orleans already. Please. I am tired of the forced garbage that this show just rams down your throat. That brawl was fucking garbage. How anyone can sit there and be like, oh my God, I can't wait to see Kane and Brock Lesnar. Then they tried to relive what Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker did inside Hell in a Cell with both of them laughing at one another. Tonight, Kane chokeslams Lesnar. Lesnar sits up, Kane style, and starts laughing at him. Can you do something that I haven't seen yet? Yeah, we haven't seen Kane and Brock Lesnar in the ring together at all, but that's not something that I'm going to be jumping out of my seat, jerking my cock to see. Come on, man. What a pull-apart, forced garbage fest that was. You already had the people waiting there as if something that, like they knew something was going to happen. You got Kurt Hawkins out there, you got Goldust out there, you got the club out there. Angle's at the top of the ramp. Who the fuck is Kane? Who's Kane? That you have to have a security SWAT team ready. I don't believe it. I really don't believe that this is the Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. I asked the question again. This is the best that you can do, right? If this is the best that you can do, I would have much rather seen Finn Balor get his shot. At least it would have been more interesting. What a joke. What a joke. Speaking of Finn Balor, tonight, of all nights, WWE wants to put Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson together. I don't know why. I don't know why this wasn't done 2 years ago when I came up with the idea when AJ Styles first debuted in the WWE. Don't know why. You want some form of the club? There you go. Now we got this fucking, again, forced upon us because WWE has nothing else to do with them. Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. And they're all baby faces. Finn Balor, I am beginning to believe more and more that I see Finn Balor that he needs a heel turn. Either that or get him off Monday Night Raw because this show is ruining Finn Balor. Not only for me, but for everybody else. Finn Balor needs a new environment and he needs a new fucking attitude, man. Whatever they're doing with Finn Balor, whatever they have done with Finn Balor has ruined him. And the club is no better. I am not going to invest my time in somebody that you had lose to Kane and then buried by Kane 2 weeks again in a row after that first loss. I'm not going to invest my time in somebody that you got feuding with Axel and Dallas and then Axel and Dallas at the same time. And then the club, who have been tightest catering VIPs for the last 4 months. It's not going to work. You're trying to sell me on a feel-good story because of their history in Japan, right? Why'd you put them together tonight? Because Wrestle Kingdom is this week? That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, how can we get back at New Japan? Yeah, let me fucking put Finn Balor and the club back together. As if they fucking care. Give me a break. They're going to be the first ones watching Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho and then Omega and Naito and wishing they were back in fucking New Japan. Fuck out of here, man. The Young Bucks even tweeted, yeah, we miss them too. Ridiculous. Do something with Balor on Raw that's meaningful or get him off the fucking show. Construct a trade. Turn them heel. Do something. Tired of seeing 3 talented guys wasted on Monday Night Raw. Goldust on 205 Live. Can you bury this division? Can you bury this show anymore? Of all the fucking people, you got Goldust to come out and represent 205 Live. What does this mean to me? You think I'm going to watch 205 Live now because Goldust is teaming up with Cedric Alexander? Or is this a door opening to what I've been wanting and actually hoping that WWE does? Is this a doorway into getting real talent from the 205 Live show onto the main roster with no weight limit? Because it ain't 205 Live if fucking Goldust is competing on 205 Live or with the cruiserweights. There's no weight limit. You're telling me there's no weight limit. You're telling me that the main roster guys can compete on 205 Live, but the 205 Live guys can't compete with the main roster? Yeah, Drew Gulak and Arya Daivari against Goldust tonight. So why can't we see that type of action every week? Why can't I see a Cedric Alexander against a Samoa Joe? Or Cedric Alexander challenge Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship? Why? Why can't I see that? Because that's what you're telling me with this fucking move tonight. Ridiculous. Stick to something or fucking change it for the better. There's no fucking in-between here. Alexa Bliss and Asuka. All I'm going to say about this is this. The match was boring, number one. It did nothing for me because the crowd was fucking dead for most of it. Number two, the fact that we seen it tonight pretty much negates it from being at WrestleMania. So we're not getting Alexa Bliss versus Asuka at WrestleMania for the title. Asuka may very well win the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, that is. She may very well be challenging for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania, but it won't be against Alexa Bliss. Probably going to be against Paige. Not that I really give a shit who Asuka is going up against, as long as Asuka gets the title. That's all I give a shit about. But the fact that we seen it tonight and it really didn't do anything for me as a viewer, I'm hoping that we don't get it at WrestleMania. And more than likely, since we've seen it tonight, we won't. Speaking of the Women's Royal Rumble, it's the way we open the show tonight. More forced verbiage by Kurt Angle and WWE Suits and Ties about the Women's Royal Rumble. Still a failure, already waiting to happen. Don't know who is excited about the Women's Royal Rumble. They announced tonight that 30 women is the number. People were speculating 15, even 20, right? I was the one who said, listen, if you're going to have the women do the same thing as the men do, don't give them shortcuts, right? It's all about the women doing the same thing as the men, right? So you got to do 30 for the women just like the men have it. 90-second intervals. Now, the question I ask you guys, is there even 30 women on the main roster? The answer is no. The answer is no. There's maybe about 19, 20 max. So where did the other 10 come from? Certainly we're going to be seeing NXT talent in this Royal Rumble. Maybe we see some May Classic talent from the tournament in the Royal Rumble. Maybe we see some unsigned talent that WWE brings in for the night only that they are hoping to sign soon but aren't signed yet. A.K.A. Toni Storm, maybe Piper Niven, and Santana Garrett. Women like that, right? Maybe Shayna Baszler's in the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, I'm certain that we'll see them there. Maybe we'll see Bianca Belair. Maybe we'll see some prime NXT talent. By the way, Bianca Belair is going to be... She's already my favorite woman on NXT right now. Easy. She's not even on TV yet. But she is going to have a monster year. Look out for Bianca Belair. So we're probably going to see some NXT talent. That opens up for legends to be in the Royal Rumble as well. You know, obviously we're going to see Nikki Bella, who hasn't been on TV. They'll probably save her return for the Royal Rumble. We might see Beth Phoenix come back. We might see Alita. We might see a Trish Stratus. We might see Karma. We might see Awesome Kong. She ain't doing anything right now, I don't think. Right? Who knows, man? But 30 is the number. And I'm not going to say anything here yet because they really didn't go overboard with it. But the fact is they laid out the ground rules for the Royal Rumble tonight, and that's the way the show opened up. Monday Night Raw, Kurt Angle reveals the rules for the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match, and obviously this was all interrupted by Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan and Cesaro and Sheamus, and it turns into one big clusterfuck. Same old for Monday Night Raw to start 2018.
In 3 weeks, Raw will celebrate its 25th anniversary. And right after that is the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Free agent and 16-time World Heavyweight Champion John Cena has just declared his entry into the Royal Rumble match, the Men's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I want to see.
And notice I said Men's Royal Rumble match because there will be a Women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh my God!
And I guarantee a lot of you are wondering what the rules are going to be for that match. Well, I talked to Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, and we decided what's good for the men is good for the women, so the same rules apply. Which means the women are going to have 30 entrants that come into that ring.
Good.
Right in here.
Keep the essence of the match intact.
Thrown over the top.
Yeah, they're going over the top. Let me see how many women go over the top rope successfully.
The winners of the Royal Rumble matches will get a championship opportunity at WrestleMania.
Oh, great, because the women's championships are so prestigious after being hot potatoed all year.
Women's Royal Rumble matches and main event WrestleMania, but that's just me. But as far as tonight, we have a great show for you.
So then Sheamus and Cesaro come out because they're pissed off that they lost the titles last week to Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins.
Your son did not deserve an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships. And you want to talk about tonight? We want our rematch tonight.
Listen, guys, you'll get your rematch when I say so.
Oh, when you say so.
Why don't you say it right now?
Oh, that's convenient for you, isn't it? Whatever you want.
You made us wrestle on Christmas.
Cesaro was like, you made us wrestle on Christmas.
Oh, there's one half of the tag champs. The aforementioned Jason
Then
Jordan.
we got this charisma vacuum coming out here, smiling like a fucking doofus.
Now, my dad doesn't understand the first thing about favoritism. My opportunity last week was based off my track record, not my DNA.
Track record.
What track record?
Or like
Has he
Daddy's
beaten
boy,
anybody?
huh?
Look, Seth and I, we earned these tag team titles. And Cesaro, if you keep running that refurbished mouth of yours, you're gonna earn yourself another trip to the dentist.
Oh, really? Why don't you make that happen?
Guys.
I actually like that
Guys! As general manager, I always say this. We settle our differences in the ring. I want you two to settle our differences right now.
Wow. What a unique way to start Monday Night Raw.
Like the sound of that. General
So
manager
fucking-
Kurt Angle gonna
it's
pin
so ordinary.
Cesaro and Jason
It's so
Jordan
formulaic,
one-on-one
dude.
here
I
tonight
hate
to
it.
kick off the new
I
year
hate it, man.
on Monday
This
Night
show
Raw.
needs a structure
I like
change. And big time. Then Seth Rollins comes
And
out.
here comes Jordan's tag team partner.
Yes, Cole. Like we didn't know that.
You came out here puffing your chest. You didn't even realize you're outnumbered 2-1. That's exactly what the bar wanted. All right, and what happens when they jump you, okay? What does that do for you? What does that do for us as a team, okay? You don't need to like your partner, but you at least got to worry about their health and safety. You need to be a professional. What you do affects me and vice versa. So I'm here to tell you right now, you need to stop being so self-absorbed.
Now, I will say this, okay? I don't know. Nobody knows what's happening with Dean Ambrose. He could be out 4 months. He could really be out the 9 months that they're saying. I don't know. I'm going off the assumption of what I read from both newsletters, Satin and Dave Meltzer, that he's going to be out 4 months max, and that he's already rehabilitating, and he's already lifting weights, and that he's going to try and be back before WrestleMania. So if that is the case, WWE has an out there for Rollins to get him in a match with Ambrose, because the story pretty much tells itself. Ambrose feels slighted that he won titles with Jordan and not him, that he felt that Ambrose feels replaced already after he went down with injury almost immediately. Now, if Ambrose doesn't come back, the way Rollins is already kind of digging into Jordan, it could potentially lead to a Jordan versus Rollins match, but you think about that, how many people would be interested in seeing Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins go one-on-one at WrestleMania? It doesn't really speak WrestleMania to me. And that would be very lowly of Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. It would be big time for Jason Jordan, but for Seth Rollins, it ain't WrestleMania worthy if you ask me. So we'll see what happens, man. But the way Rollins is digging into Jordan, if Ambrose is not back, I could see Jordan getting so pissed off with Rollins that he says, fuck this team, turns heel, and ruins the championships for them, and that's where the revival comes in. Or if you want to do the bar, whoever you want to drop the titles to. That's just my 2 cents on that. I picked up on that, the way Seth Rollins kind of dug into him tonight. Not only here, but there was a backstage segment with Roman Reigns that Jordan kind of intervened in on his own.
You came out here to brag in front of your dad, and that forced me to come out here to protect my half of the Raw Tag Team title. So you know what? I'll be in your corner.
Daddy's boy.
Look, I'll be in your corner tonight, but the way I see it, I'm only out here to watch you lose.
So Rollins, again, digging into him. We'll see what happens, man. Just take what I said under consideration. Not really sure what's going on. Dean Ambrose obviously going to be the wild card there for WWE as we head into WrestleMania season. That led to Jason Jordan versus Cesaro to start Monday Night Raw. Jason Jordan wins, slamming Cesaro on his head for the pin. Sheamus goes for a cheap shot. Rollins runs over him, drops him. Jordan took advantage of the distraction, and Cesaro is pinned 1, 2, 3. Really nothing all that special. I mean, it was if you've seen a Jason Jordan match, if you've seen a Cesaro match, it was You know, it was good. It was just very ordinary. Nothing really stuck out as far as both men go on a singles level. But obviously this builds towards, again, the rematch for the bar for the tag team championships. Renee Young is backstage with Roman Reigns, and I will give Roman credit here. He cut a very good promo with Renee Young. It was very direct. He sounded legit. I don't really compliment Roman Reigns all that often here, but I will say that he did cut a very good promo here with Renee Young. Reigns says Samoa Joe got what he deserved last week as he's ruined matches and he's hurt Dean Ambrose. Reigns says that Joe is not a good contender because he's a punk. Reigns says that this week won't be any different. It's going to be ugly and intense. Reigns says he will stay within the rules. He hopes. And then he walks off and walks away from Renee Young. Bray Wyatt versus one of Titus's executive chefs here in Apollo Crews. Man, I wanna like Apollo Crews, but clearly the fans don't give two flying fucks about him. The guy's got all the talent in the world to be something, but there's nothing about Apollo Crews that makes me say, damn, I want to watch this guy. Yes, I know he's athletic. Yes, I know he is damn good in the ring, but when I watch Apollo Crews, there's nothing that stands out to me that says, man, I want to see this guy again next week. He's got no personality. He's got no character. I don't know what he is. That's why he was brought up too soon. He did not develop at all in NXT, and they brought him up for whatever reason. I don't know. Why are you bringing guys like Apollo Crews up if there is no plan for him? Then you'll have some fucking idiot, or well, JD, he's on TV. He's with Titus O'Neil. He's with an established superstar. Has it done anything for his career? No, it has not. It's actually made him look worse. It's made him look like a joke. Speaking of a joke, Dana Brooke was out there dressed as your fucking slutty school teacher. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. She was writing notes. Was she writing recipes? Was she taking inventory stock? Was she coming up with next week's fucking menu for Titus Catering? Nobody knows, man. Fuck the match. I want to know what Dana Brooke was writing on her notepad. I don't know. That's what everybody was wondering here. We don't give a shit who won this match. We wanted to know what Dana Brooke was writing for Titus Catering. How many of the superstars want baked potato compared to mashed? How many want string beans compared to corn? How many want fried chicken compared to grilled? How many want organic compared to not organic? I don't know, man. These are the questions that I need answers to, bro. I need them. What was Dana Brooke writing? I don't know. Anyway, she got on the apron here, starts yelling at Apollo Crews, which was very cringeworthy, by the way. This leads to Dana falling off the apron. Titus looked like he got some feels in on there, man. Dana was wearing some tight pants. I don't think Titus could have really helped himself there. But she falls on Titus. Crews ends up going for a step-up enziguri on Bray Wyatt. He goes for his pop-up, or whatever, spin-out powerbomb, whatever the fuck he does. He reversed that into his sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. It was over. After the match, Woken Matt Hardy suddenly appears on the big screen. He transformed Bray Wyatt's Fireflies into his broken or woken warriors. Matt goes on to say he will delete Bray Wyatt once again. Bray Wyatt did not speak here, so I'm not doing the Bray Wyatt voice. He will delete Wyatt once Sister Abigail is no longer around. Matt laughs, and Matt's laugh turns into several hundred images on the Titantron, which made me LOL. I thought that was fantastic. Nia Jax is backstage with some chicken noodle soup, which she got from Titus Catering. I'm hearing that it's the most delicious chicken soup on the earth, man. Seriously, it's nice and thick. The broth is fucking tasty. The chicken is organic. They use fresh vegetables from fucking locally grown farms. It's fantastic, man. So she was taking chicken soup to Enzo Amore. So Alexa Bliss stops her before she leaves the arena. She doesn't want to face Asuka tonight. She wants some backup. Nia says Enzo needs her, but Bliss says it's either her or Enzo. So Nia says, listen, the chicken soup is getting cold. I can't help you. And she leaves. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Asuka wins here with a armbar. She's going with that armbar submission. She actually was kicked in the head was Bliss. And Asuka kept control. She got the armbar on fairly quickly, and it was a submission victory. Absolutely nothing to write home about here. Man, the crowd was dead. Nobody cared. And like I said in the beginning, the fact that we seen this match here, why they're giving this away now, and they hyped it up as a WrestleMania match. They hyped it up as WrestleMania worthy. Angle booked this match because, well, it's the first Raw of the year. I got to have a WrestleMania worthy women's match tonight. No, you don't. You don't give away WrestleMania worthy matches on Monday Night Raw. That build to nothing. That does nothing for the match, it does nothing for the competitors, and it does nothing for the title. Alexa Bliss loses with an armbar. Asuka wins, as she should, as she will continue to do for all of this year. If not, then WWE completely dropped the ball on Asuka. So, Renee Young was backstage with Samoa Joe, and he probably cut the promo of the year. Joe talks about he owns Reigns and how the Shield will never be champions again. Joe says Dean Ambrose is now a stay-home husband living off his wife's paycheck. And Renee Young's look was absolutely priceless, bro. Absolutely priceless. I LOL'd for the first time all day. Renee doesn't look happy. Joe gets fired up, says he will put Roman to sleep tonight, take the title, he's exposed Roman, and Reigns will understand that this may be his yard, but he lives in Joe's world. Fantastic promo, man. Promo of the year. Why this man is not a champion, I don't understand. Get Joe over to SmackDown, have him feud with AJ Styles, have him feud with Nakamura. This is what we need. We need Joe in main event situations. Joe is the only man besides Braun Strowman on this roster that makes everything look legit. And when you got someone that makes everything look legit like Joe, everything else just feels so much better. Braun Strowman versus Rhino. This was going to be a complete squash, but Braun Strowman takes the mic because Heath Slater was on the outside, obviously because he's Rhino's tag team partner. He calls Slater a cheerleader, and he says he has two options. Stay on the floor and shut up, or get in the ring and take these hands like his partner. Everybody just fucking went crazy that Braun Strowman cut a promo mid-match. And Slater gets in there. He looked wary about getting in the ring. Rhino takes advantage of the distraction and attacks him from behind. It does nothing. Slater comes in to double team. Braun fights them both off. Both running splashes in the corner. Braun scoops Rhino up and hits a running power slam for the win. And that was that. And the crowd chanted one more time, one more time, one more time. And he just delivered power slam after power slam after power slam. Braun Strowman is over as fuck on Monday Night Raw. Backstage, Kane then approached Braun Strowman. Whoever booked this, I don't know. These guys were fucking beating the shit out of each other, right? These guys were destroying rings and fucking doing cringe-like garbage weeks ago. Now, all of a sudden, Kane wants to talk to Braun Strowman. Why does Kane want to talk to Braun Strowman? You are challenging Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman is in that same match. Why do you want to talk to your opponent? Shouldn't you want to fucking beat the shit out of Braun Strowman just as much as you do Brock Lesnar? Isn't Braun Strowman a bigger threat than Brock Lesnar? Who books this shit? Whoever wrote this shit is a complete fucking idiot. Kane wants to talk about Brock Lesnar, who he's never faced but Braun has. Kane says that they are the alpha monsters of WWE and together they can tame the beast. Kane says he has a plan and it all takes being on the same page. Braun doesn't care about Kane because he says he's the only alpha monster around here. Braun says he's going to take Brock down on his own terms. Intercontinental Championship match. Same old shit. We talked about it in the beginning. It didn't get interesting until the end. This was a typical Roman Reigns match. So the referee checks on Joe on the outside. By the way, Joe and his suicida is fucking absolutely devastating, man. I love the way he does his suicide dive through the ropes. So we got Joe on the outside. Joe is on the outside with Reigns and slams Reigns into the steel steps. Joe works over Reigns on the floor. Reigns counters Joe and sends him into the steel steps. The referee goes out there, checks on Joe at ringside, returns into the ring to count. Reigns grabs half of the steel steps, but the referee obviously comes back out. If Reigns uses the steps, it's an illegal weapon, and he is disqualified, and he loses the title. So the referee's warning him. Joe then hits Reigns with a punch. Reigns runs off the steps and nails him. Reigns brings it back to the ring, hits a Superman punch for a 2 count. I thought it was over there. Joe kicks out. Reigns gets all hyped up, goes for the spear. Joe kicks him. Uranagi, ref gets knocked down, but it was Joe's fault. The referee calls for the bell, but Reigns begs him not to because it was all Samoa Joe doing dastardly heel-like things to try and get Reigns disqualified. Reigns begs him. Joe tries to take advantage. Joe with a Uranagi. Reigns kicks out. Joe argues with the referee about how Reigns should have been disqualified. And Reigns with a big right hand. Joe locks in the coquina clutch. It's broken up. Reigns fires back with a spear. Same old shit for Roman Reigns. He pins Joe with the spear in the match. And he retains the Intercontinental Championship. Garbage. Decent match. Don't know why they didn't take the out and give the title to Samoa Joe. Where they go with the IC title here, being that they beat Joe clean in the middle of the ring with a stipulation, I don't know. So if anybody has any ideas, and please don't tell me that Reigns is going to enter the Royal Rumble, because I don't want to sweat my balls off knowing that John Cena and Roman Reigns are both in the Royal Rumble, with them potentially winning the entire thing. My God, you want to rant, you have it happen. Believe me. After the match, Reigns clutches the title. He celebrates, and I'm standing there scratching my head as to why. Cedric Alexander and Goldust versus Drew Gulak and Arya Daivari. Goldust and Alexander win. Apparently, Enzo had the flu. We were supposed to get a Cruiserweight Championship match. That is held off until Enzo gets better. Elias, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel versus The Club, the Balor Club. Finn Balor wins here with a coup de grace. So that was that. And then obviously at the end here, Lesnar in the ring with Paul Heyman. I don't have the promo, otherwise I play it. Let me see if WWE uploaded it on their website. I doubt it. Yes, they did. There'll probably be an ad. Yes, there is. So let's mute this. I didn't like it. It was not Paul Heyman's best. And the reason why I didn't give a shit about this was because I don't care about this feud.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And it would appear to me as though WWE's New Year's resolution is to once again continue to stack the deck against my client, the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar!
So is Reigns going to be stacking the deck against Lesnar too?
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, the challenger, singular. But that's not how it happens anymore. At the Royal Rumble, it's the Beast versus the Monster versus the Machine. Brock Lesnar defending
Lesnar's got
the
some scruff going on,
Universal
bro.
Championship against both Braun Strowman and Kane. Now, you all know this trick, don't you? If Braun Strowman beats Kane, Brock Lesnar loses the Universal Championship. If Kane beats Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar loses the Universal Championship. Notice I never said if someone beats Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, because we all know that just ain't gonna happen. You're looking at the most dominant champion in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment, and it goes like this. Brock Lesnar fears no challenge. Brock Lesnar fears no challenger. Brock Lesnar fears no challengers. Brock Lesnar does not believe in monsters. And Brock Lesnar highly doubts that Kane is the devil's favorite. Because I've had a one-on-one with the guy down below, and his favorite is the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, Brock Lesnar. Sibo Inferno Orti Primo.
That was the best part of the whole promo. I don't know what the fuck he said, but
of this earlier tonight.
Sounded good.
Big Red Machine, Kane.
He walks right into a chokeslam.
Grabbing Lesnar.
He chokeslams Lesnar
like that,
with the belt on.
Slam to the champion.
Wow.
You don't think I'm the devil's favorite, he says. So then Lesnar sits up like Kane.
An emphatic statement. Uh-oh.
And he laughs.
Just set up like Kane.
Lesnar is laughing at Kane.
Then Kane just stands there and gets a title fucking smacked across his face, and then all the locker room was already out.
Trying to separate
This was a fucking forced, poorly constructed, pull-apart world. There's no intensity here for any of this to happen. None.
Escalate, and he was ready. And now more officials making their way down to ringside. Lesnar with a smile on his face. Went right after the Big Red Machine.
Poorly constructed, man. What a shitty way to end Monday Night Raw. Horrible way to end Monday Night Raw. And Braun Strowman wasn't even there. I was expecting Braun Strowman to come out and power slam Brock Lesnar from behind. We didn't even see that. We didn't see nothing from Braun Strowman. So that's the way Monday Night Raw went off the air. It's the first Raw of the new year, and it's the same old shit. Are you excited about this match at the Royal Rumble? Absolutely not. I'm not even excited for the Royal Rumble, period. I'm going to watch because it's my favorite pay-per-view of the year, but I'm not excited about anything that WWE has up their sleeve on January 28th, man. That's your Monday Night Raw review. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up, and I will be back tomorrow with more great content right here on the channel, man. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, and make sure you guys are subscribed, man. We just hit 86,000. I'd love to pretty much be fast-tracked to 87,000 subscribers, man. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all tomorrow for OTS part number 3. Have a good night. I'll see you guys later.